Hello, and welcome back yet again to Nadya's Identity Files. Now I have both of my awesome guests with me, Pan and Jordan. Yay! Thank you all for being here so much. We were just talking about the lack of people watching outside, as you know, and watching
a little cold.
Previous episodes. It's not that cold. Aren't you from Minnesota?
I know, that's why I'm
right?
cold. It's cold.
Right, yeah, that's the reason why people are like staying in. Everyone's been in their beanies and bundling up super tight. And I'm like, it's not that cold, y'all.
It's not.
You will be okay.
Right.
So I want to continue the conversation some more on pansexuality. I remember when I was coming back from the bathroom, I heard you both talking about like dating and the issues with that. So we can touch on that a little bit. But I was doing some research for today's segment, and granted, I have some familiarity with pansexuality, but in spite of being a member of the LGBTQI community, I feel like there's really not enough education on pansexuality. It's not really included.
True.
And even being bi, I often feel like there's the issue of like bi invisibility and
For
so
real.
on and so
It's
forth.
true.
Oh yeah.
I know about that.
I was doing research and I came across this article from Miley Cyrus. So Miley Cyrus apparently came out as pansexual in October, and she was explaining that I guess initially she was self-identifying as bi.
Yeah.
That she felt it was too restrictive, and that she never thought about someone being a boy or a girl, as we were all discussing. She was thinking about, the souls.
Right.
And we were talking about this, with each of you individually, but maybe we can expand on that in the context of like online dating.
Yeah, that's actually, it's funny you say this.
It's true.
Because this Miley Cyrus, her coming out as pansexual, that is the link that I sent to my mom and my grandparents.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, like back a couple months ago, and I was like, hey guys, I really relate with this. Like, I've never resonated with anyone else or any label. I've never resonated with labels, so this is the first label. I'm like, wow, this matches me more than the others.
Right.
And I sent that off and got no response, but but I'm still, there's still a lot of...
It makes you feel any better. When I wrote my article on bi invisibility, that did not get a very positive response initially either. So
and it's new. It's all new stuff.
Yeah, it's really
new.
new. And it's weird because, like, when I first started, identifying as pansexual, there was, like, no information out there, like, on it. Like, this was, like, during high school, like, the end of high school. And I'm like, well, there's got to be, like, a term for this, And, like, some of the times I was like, did I make this term up?
Yeah.
Like, there was a little bit of stuff out there,
Totally.
But, like, there's a lot of, like, misinformation, too. So I feel like it's our job as, like, people who identify as pansexual to, like, spread, like, true information about
true
it.
awareness in truth and in love, and not in hatred or bigotry or anything that is all about the labels, the negative side of labels.
Right. Because people, I feel like, who aren't in it or don't identify as pansexual, who are like either polarity, like really masculine or really feminine, and just like I'm male or female, when they hear someone's pansexual, they view it only in like physical terms.
Yeah, right. You're just trying to get attention.
When it's a spiritual thing. Like, at least in my experience,
Totally,
and it's like you try to explain it to them, and they're all stuck in the physical realm, like 3D, stuff. And
I think a lot of people also mistake pansexuality for polyamory.
Yes.
And
I was thinking about that, too.
Oh, you want to have sex with boys and girls? I'm like, no, that's not what this is about.
I think they go together, though, a lot of the time, because, like, I technically identify as polyamorous and pansexual, But, like, when it comes to, it's because like I want it to be open and like have the option in case it's like I don't like restrictions in relationships, so like if the person that I'm with wants to be with somebody else, or like wants to bring somebody else into the relationship, like I'm open to that, you know what I mean? But it's all about like being open and
I'm on the opposite side of that spectrum. My relationship right now, it's a closed relationship where it's just he and I together. But again, we're both so open, and he tries to understand the fact that I say I'm pansexual, and he's open to it. And
what was that conversation like when you first let him know that you identify?
When I first let him know, he was like, "Okay, that's cool," but again, him coming from, he identifies as straight. So
Right.
by him identifying as that, I think there is definitely just a missing piece there of understanding with the fact that, is this even a real thing?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And he thinks like what's in your actual subconscious? What
Right.
what do you think about, like what turns you on?
Well,
Right.
I can
Like,
relate
all
to that
types of
so
things.
much
Right.
because
Yeah.
even being bi, when I was in a relationship with a male, you're straight. When you're in a relationship
Yeah.
with a girl,
Exactly.
you're gay.
Exactly.
You're
So
lesbian.
it's like
Right.
I
that's
feel
not
like I
true.
can. It's not even true,
Right.
and I was like, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not understood sometimes. And by my mom too, I was telling her about it, and she's like, well, why are you with a guy then if you're pansexual? I said, why would I not be?
Yeah.
Right.
Why
That's the
would I
whole
not
point of
be?
it.
That's the point.
Yeah. See, that's what I feel like a lot of people like assume that if you're pansexual, like you want to have sex with everybody.
Yeah.
When
Right.
it's just not the case, because like if I am really attracted to someone and feel a really strong connection and they reflect me in all the aspects of like my pansexuality and my gender,
Right.
then they have all the qualities that I need in a person. So I don't necessarily need anyone else in the relationship.
Totally.
So I don't necessarily need to have a polyamorous relationship, but I like to keep it open in case it's usually like for the other person in the relationship,
Right.
because it's like if they can't get everything they need from me, I don't want to necessarily restrict them,
Right.
if they need something from
And then
somebody else.
That brings a whole nother concept about what is a relationship and
Right.
what is love. What is love? And is there a difference between just love
Right.
for a soul
Yeah.
and sexual love? And where
Exactly.
do
I
those
think there
lines
is a
cross?
difference. I think that a person can have emotional and romantic connection. It's not always necessarily sexual.
Right?
And then
Totally.
it's like,
Yeah.
you have to make that determination if that connection with the person is so strong in that
Yeah.
realm, would a person sacrifice the
Yeah.
other to continue exploring that type of
Exactly.
Right.
feeling?
Exactly.
It's just a lot of people, it's kind of like an all or nothing type
Yeah.
of spectrum. I'm always talking
And
about binaries on the show and
Right,
the
right.
danger of binary and the black and white thinking
Yeah.
that pervades
It's 50,000
society.
shades of gray.
Right?
So, yes.
It's
Oh
not
my gosh, it's like 500,000
Yeah.
shades
Yeah.
of gray.
Yeah.
True,
It-
exactly.
yes.
And I feel like we as like gender fluid people and pansexual, we exist within that gray area.
Yeah.
And we can fluctuate from either side
Yeah.
throughout the whole spectrum of the
right.
gray.
Totally. And depending on the day and what I'm doing, I feel more feminine or more masculine.
Yeah.
And it's a sliding scale. And
Exactly.
And coming out like this, like it makes people uncomfortable.
It does.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes people around us really uncomfortable.
It's
and I feel like
true.
it's, as long as we're doing this in like love and
Right.
Right.
and honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that it can be somewhat paradoxical in that you've found some freedom through a label in spite of, you
Yes.
feeling labels are restrictive?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Completely, because I don't like labels at all.
Mhm, me
And I know you
either.
had Brad on your show too, and he
Yeah.
is, we're the
We had
same,
a really great conversation about that.
yeah, we're the same person in that respect, because when you put a label on yourself, it gives another person the chance to judge you.
Right.
And that's just the human experience. That's just
Yeah.
what we do. And I prefer no labels at all.
Right.
But that's why I was saying I found this label months back, and I was like, wow, I resonate with this more than
Right.
the others.
Mhm.
Well, I
And
think
if
again,
you connect
yeah.
to somebody's soul and like their aura and just like their light body and you just like see beyond the physical into like what their higher self and their energy looks like, then you just connect to that and
Totally.
you like you still have that like physical like sexual attraction, like it's there because we have this physical body,
Yeah.
but like
But it's
it
more than
goes
that.
through. It goes
Yeah.
through to the light.
It's more than
Does
that.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Life and love is transcendental,
Yes.
and
Yes.
we should not limit ourselves. And
Transcendental.
it's fine to have a label if it gives us some sort of, I guess, a sense of clarity
Yeah.
for how we live our lives.
Yeah.
But it's important to know that that's not the end all be all of
Totally.
everything.
Totally.
And we,
That
can
doesn't
we
define
don't
us.
have to, feel like we have to keep ourselves within that envelope. We
Exactly.
can always
Totally.
move and switch.
always
and
change,
Who
and-
cares? It's our
Yeah.
lives.
And that's the thing about being
Exactly.
fluid,
Own it.
just
Yes.
you go with the flow of it,
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both.
Thank you.
So much for being here and having this conversation and educating me even more about pansexuality and your process and your artistic journeys. I wish you both the best. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you.